8 candidates take the stage tonight in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the first Republican presidential debate. The GOP frontrunner, former President Trump, will be noticeably absent, choosing to sit out the event. Our producer saying the elephant not in the room. And joining us now from Milwaukee is ABC political director Rick Klein. Rick, it is always good to see you.
Great to be with you guys.
All right, thank you. So the former president will be sitting out tonight. He's expected to turn himself in Atlanta and Fulton County. What do you make of his absence?
Yeah, not in the room, but very much not forgotten. The other candidates are going to be hyper-focused on the man who is the frontrunner. And even Donald Trump and his team, they are very focused on this evening as well. They're going to have surrogates around Milwaukee, around this debate site, even in the spin room, despite the fact that he's not participating. And he's going to be engaged in a bit of counter-programming. He's got an interview with Tucker Carlson that he's rolling out just around debate time tonight to try to crash the messaging that's going to go on in that arena right behind me. And I talked to one of his advisors just in the last couple of hours who said it's very hard to imagine that he won't make himself present at least one of these debates coming up. So he's not here tonight, but he's very much not forgotten.
Okay, there's 8 GOP candidates that will appear on that stage tonight. There's been a little bit of scuttlebutt about how others haven't gotten on the stage. Break down how this all works, how these candidates were able to get on the stage tonight.
Yeah, Eva, they tried to make this a winnowing process. They didn't want just anyone who said they're a candidate to participate and be able to get a podium. So you had to earn it. You had to earn it by getting at least 40,000 donors spread around the country, many of them small dollar donors. That's not a small amount. You had to earn it by getting certain polling thresholds in a series of states to show that people are taking you seriously. And lastly, you had to sign a pledge that no matter who the Republican nominee is going to be, that you as a candidate will support that individual. That itself is controversial. You've got some candidates like Chris Christie, like Asa Hutchinson, who say they're not going to support Donald Trump. They don't think Donald Trump is going to be the nominee, and they don't like the idea of supporting him, but they're signing it anyway. And Donald Trump himself has said he isn't signing that pledge. So that has had the effect. All of these criteria have had the effect of winnowing the field a bit. And there are a couple of candidates who did not make the cut, who are now threatening legal action and also sort of reconsidering their candidacies, because if you don't make this debate stage, it only gets harder from here.
All right, Rick, so what should we look forward to tonight, and who do you have your eye on?
Yeah, take a look at how the podium order is set up, because interestingly, it puts 2 candidates who happen to be the youngest candidates right at center stage. Ron DeSantis and Vivek Ramaswamy, by some measures in national and state level polling, they are the front runners, not named Donald Trump, and they are going to take a lot of incoming. We've seen DeSantis, the ups and downs around his campaign. Vivek, a bit of a surprise crasher of the first tier of challengers to Trump. A lot of people are going to be aiming at him. Of course, looking at Mike Pence and the January 6 issues that he's clashed with Trump over will be a big deal. Chris Christie and Asa Hutchinson are very much in the anti-Trump camp. Got the 2 South Carolinians who are going to be trying to vie against each other, in Haley and Scott. And this is an interesting one. Now, right behind me, this is the arena where the Milwaukee Bucks play, and it may be one of the candidates was taking his basketball chops too seriously. Doug Burgum, the governor of North Dakota, was injured last night and taken to a hospital playing some pickup basketball as part of a pre-debate routine. It is now unclear whether he is going to be able to participate in this debate at all, which would be a dramatic change, taking the number of 8 down to 7. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to lace him on near this place.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah. Wishing him well. Thank you, Rick.
Well, one of the things that's interesting about debates is that there's some punches usually thrown. So what topics do you think that the gloves are going to come off for these candidates tonight?
Yeah, I think when you get into the issues, there's some really interesting distinctions that Republican primary voters are interested in. Start with abortion rights. Of course, the Supreme Court decision last summer upended the reality, and it's also created some sharp dividing lines among the candidates. How far do you go in trying to limit abortion or outlaw abortion at the state or the federal level? That's a really big one. Ukraine is sort of a stand-in for foreign policy generally. We've seen some candidates say they'd cut off support entirely for Ukraine. Others who are saying, no, you have to be very strong in support against Russia. And then finally, Donald Trump. You can't have a Republican debate without talking about Trump, the 4 indictments that he is now facing, of course, the legacy, the distractions, the electability questions all around that. There's going to be a lot of talk of Donald Trump tonight, despite the fact that he's not here.
And all eyes will be watching.
Yeah. ABC News political director Rick Klein, always a pleasure. Thanks for being with us.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.